Books have literally changed my life, and these are my top 8 most recommended books in no particular order. As a buy and hold value add real estate investor, I love the BRRRR book. BRRRR stands for Buy, Rehab, Rent, Refinance, and Repeat. This book by David Greene breaks down each of these steps. And even if you're not looking to do the full BRRRR strategy, you can use this book to figure out the individual steps to make sure you're buying a great deal, you're doing renovations the right way, you got the right financing in order, and you're putting great tenants in your property. For those of you trying to grow your wealth through buy and hold real estate like myself, definitely pick up a copy of the BRRRR book by David Greene. There is definitely the coolest one on the list. Chris Voss wrote Never Split the Difference. He was an FBI hostage negotiator, one of the best in the world. And then he realized that the strategies he learned negotiating with terrorists also work on your husband, on your wife, in business boardrooms and in real estate negotiations. So he wrote this book giving you all the strategies he used in those high stakes negotiations. He filled the book with a ton of great stories. It's a really fun read, and you learn something too about negotiations that might pay off in your everyday life. So pick this one up, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. If you got big New Year's resolutions, big goals for 2024, then I recommend you grab and read Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book breaks down what it takes to achieve your goals, how to set up the habits so that you incrementally work towards those goals and then surpass those goals in the process. James Clear breaks this down, but anybody else, I've read a ton of books on goal setting and on achieving success, and none of those books break it down quite as clearly and make it as achievable as James Clear does in his book, Atomic Habits. If you are a real estate agent, part-time or full-time, or aspiring real estate agent, I'm going to recommend this book, Sold, also by David Greene. You might know David Greene as the host of the Bigger Pockets podcast. He's also a very successful Keller Williams agent and team lead, and he wrote this book a few years back. It is the best book for agents I've read so far. What I love about this book is it breaks down actual steps, tactical advice that you can implement in your business to grow it. Read this book. You will learn something. I highly recommend Sold by David Greene to all my agents out there. This might be my most recommended book, and it is definitely my most recommended book for anyone in their 20s, and that's Set for Life by Scott Trench. So Scott Trench is the president of Bigger Pockets. He knows a thing or two about reaching success in early age and real estate investing. He wrote this book that really is the blueprint, the roadmap to financial freedom. So if you're in your 20s and you're trying to figure out, hey, how do I budget? How do I buy a car? How do I buy a house? How do I get a promotion at work? How do I reach financial freedom, millionaire status, and beyond? Pick up Set for Life. You will not be disappointed. Honestly, this is just a great, great book and should be required reading for anyone in their 20s. Managing your own rental properties or even hiring a property manager can be overwhelming. So for that reason, I highly recommend reading this book right here, The Book on Managing Rental Properties by Brandon Turner and his wife. This is a phenomenal book that breaks down exactly the systems you need to make sure you're running your property for maximum ROI. As you can tell, this has been highly used for building out my own property management business and now manages all 26 of our personal units. And it has been a godsend when it comes to setting up our business for success, making sure we lower our vacancies, increase rent rates, and keep great tenants. So, as a buy and hold investor, make sure you pick up a copy of The Book on Managing Rental Properties by Turner and Turner. Our next book is The Next Millionaire Next Door by Stanley and Stanley. Thomas Stanley wrote this book originally back in the 1990s. Then was rewritten by his daughter, Sarah Stanley. They interviewed thousands of millionaires, and they break down everything about how millionaires make their money, how they save their money, how they spend their money, all the way down to what they spend on a pair of jeans. What I love about this book is it changed my entire view of what it means to be wealthy, what it means to have wealth. And the spoiler alert is it's nothing like Instagram. So for a behind the scenes look at the life of a millionaire, especially if this is one of your goals, you need to pick up and read The Next Millionaire Next Door by Thomas and Sarah Stanley. All right, the next book is for any of you out there that consider themselves scatterbrained Janes like I am. I have an overflowing to-do list. My calendar is a mess, and my inbox is just a jumble of spam and important emails. So every other year or so, I pick up this book, Getting Things Done by David Allen. Helps me reorganize myself, set priorities, and become more productive. David Allen was a really successful business productivity coach for high level executives. He took everything he learned, put in this book. It's a how to guide, a step by step guide to organizing your life. I've read it not once, not twice, but 3 times, and it's on my to do list for 2024. So become more productive in 2024 with this book, Getting Things Done by David Allen.